We're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River. We've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly, as they get ready to match up with the Carolina Panthers. On the return, here's White. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. On first down, Hawkins. And right away, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. It's Hawkins. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
2nd and 5. This is complete to Hawkins. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it, as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And it's taken in at the 9. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll set up a throw. Now loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the 1st quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close. And it's not something they even imagine because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning, they've got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Brian Burns in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, where they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as he's inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Well, it's caught on the right side of Smith. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash in a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Elliott is good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the 1st. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim. And hopefully they'll be kicking extra points instead.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They find themselves down here after an interception on their opening drive led to a field goal. But all in all, you'd have to say fortunate to be only down 6.
Yeah, and you know how teams huddle on the sideline before they come out on the field in between series? Guaranteed what's said there is, guess what, guys? We take this ball, move it downfield, and put it in the end zone, we're right back to even.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he'll be out right at the 35.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
6-0 our score after 1. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the save. Sean Gary in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. White now to return. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. It'll buy some time right. Going deep here for Watkins. And that's caught inside the 35. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. A big play there for Philly. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. They run the counter. It's Hawkins. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Sliding out of the pocket. Hard throw, incomplete. Strong coverage by Carolina. And on we go to 4th down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find a good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control. A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
This is Smith to the ground. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They go play action here on 1st down. He finds his man complete. That's Hawkins. Stopped short of the 25. The second effort couldn't free him. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
As the field starts to get condensed, the defense likes that a lot because now you don't have as much space to cover, but a well-run corner route there.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. Again, he'll drop to throw. And they'll go back to Smith. This time it's complete. Touchdown, Eagles! Devontae Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. The point after through the raindrops, something good. And that can be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
2nd and 7. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Taking a shot here for Marshall. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Eagles are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
Steps away to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hawkins. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking for White on the deep ball. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Back to throw again. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll look to throw again. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And we'll see how aggressive they want to be in these final stages before the half. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Dancing to his left. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. This time they stay on the ground. And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fielded just outside the goal line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done. That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now back to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 69 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On play action, they'll throw. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Third and long, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Second and 10 now. Third quarter action from Philadelphia, PA.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Off the flat, off the flat, off the flat. Off the flat, off the flat.
Back to throw. He's got his man. It's White. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 7 yards to pick up there. 2nd down from the 8. They can get a 1st down by reaching the 5. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. Hawkins. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. They'll try the left side. It's Hawkins. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. And they'll run again. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Elliott now to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Rolling to his left. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down. And
he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And bring this one back to the 29. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Back to throw now on first down. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Goddard.
And the Eagles are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just... And he'll take it into the end zone for the Eagles touchdown. Great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Elliott good with a PAT, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
18 Cardinal.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Panthers.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got the hook up to Moore. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. He'll drop to throw.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. Matt Rule, a risk taker in college, going for it.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And Marshall's got it. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Push him back. Push him back. 58's the mic.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Check, 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 check. Panther 60, Panther 60. Hey, pick your game up. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Get that quarterback, D-line.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hawkins. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Eagles, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to...
it.